Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the Toyota Corolla FX. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Toyota here in Murray for giving me some time with this Corolla. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. If you have any questions, you need any help, just ask for Josh. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a CVT. Fuel economy is 31 around town and then 39 on the highway, with power outputs being 169 horsepower and then 151 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the front end appearance, the new Corolla just in general looks really cool. I mean, I love the light design, for example, super sharp. And then you can see the grille is very large, very open. The sides here are closed off, but you know, that just adds to the kind of like aggressive appearance. And so, you know, when it comes to the front end, this thing looks pretty darn cool. Now our tire wheel setup is 225 by 40 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, it's got like a satin finish there on the center, and then I like the little kind of like Y shapes there on the edge. I think that looks really cool. And then everything else is pretty much body painted or blacked out here on the side, like the mirror caps are blacked out, for example, and so it gives the car a more sporty appearance. Now this comes with the normal Corolla key fob, pretty straightforward. Hold this down, that will open up the trunk, which we'll pop that open a little bit more. Look how nice that is. Pretty solid. Again, the Corolla is Toyota's smaller car, but it's still pretty darn practical. When you're all done, just plop. And yes, this is the crazy part about it. You've got like a Camry TRD-esque spoiler here in the back. And so this literally, I mean, look at this view. It looks like a Corolla TRD. I think it's actually kind of cool looking, if you ask me, but let me know your thoughts. Now this leads us inside where, so you've got this nice soft touch trim here with the orange stitching down below. And look at these seats. They are cloth, but they do have more of that cool orange stitching there at the bottom, for example. And getting in, I gotta squeeze in a little bit. Legroom's good. Got some USB ports here as well. And then it does kind of slope a bit here in the back. So headroom, it's not horrible, but it's tighter. And then this leads us up front where it's actually soft touch here at the top. Down below again with more of that orange stitching. All of our window controls here, by the way. Let's quick look at the mirrors. And look at the front seat. It is manually adjustable, but you got more of that cool orange stitching. And then the dash here is actually soft touch at the very top, which is nice. So taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got nice soft touch trim all around, and we've got adaptive cruise controls here on the front with our lane centering. Got controls for the center, your volume and voice command controls as well. Turn signal / light stock. We've got our windshield wiper stock on the other side. And then we actually have a digital gauge cluster here in the center, so you can scroll through and see different bits of information on different systems within the car. So it's a nice setup overall, and it will also display the different drive modes here as well. Backup camera in reverse, pretty good resolution overall. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, quick response time with everything, so that's all easy enough. And then down below you can see we've got some vents, have a single zone climate with this nice stitching goes across, and I like that with the vent and everything. I think it's pretty fancy looking. And then we do have a phone charging pad with this one. Drive mode select is in front of the shifter here, again more of that orange stitching. Got some storage here with the auto hold and then your parking brake. More stitching here on the top. Charging ports there. Nice trim overall. And then no center for anything. This headliner is pretty nice. Here's a quick look at the window sticker. You can see 2025 Corolla FX. Here's all your standard equipment. It also comes with Sport Tune suspension. There's your base MSRP. Total MSRP is $28,005 or $759. Almost said 7. There we go. Anyways, let's see how it performs. You know what? I think they should just call this the Corolla TRD. Because I mean, really, so what did they do to the Camry TRD? Exhaust. This doesn't have an exhaust, so they could have just added that. Easy. And then spoiler, this already has a spoiler, different wheels, sport tuned suspension. This also has sport tuned suspension. And that, yeah, I mean, so they basically could just call this a Corolla TRD, just add the exhaust and then do the red accenting, but who knows. I do find it funny though how many different variations there are of the Corolla. Like, I think that there are more variations on the Corolla than there are countries on the planet. I'm kidding, but also, like, I mean, think about it. There was, what, back in there was that Apex edition. You have the FX. They've got a Nightshade, which has like the bronze wheels. You've got just, I mean, if you just go through the regular packages, you have like the regular LE, and then you've got the SE and the XSE, and then you've got the GR Corolla, and you've got its packages, and then you have a hybrid Corolla, and there's just so many different variations on the Corolla. It's like, how many times do you need to cut this cake? Cut this pie, whatever you want to say. I just think it's interesting. But in terms of how this drives, it is literally just a regular Corolla. So acceleration is normal with the 2-liter with the CVT. It's not fast by any means, but it gets the job done. And it does handle pretty darn well. It's got like a lightweight, yeah, kind of like zoom feel. I like it. It's fun that way. And I don't know why this is going up so loud. But yeah, it's that part of it's nice. And the suspension, although quote unquote sport tuned, is not uncomfortable. It's done pretty well to where the dampening is, let's say, it's nice. It's not uncomfortable at all, which is, I don't know, I think that's kind of what you want out of a car. You get a decent amount of road noise from the tires and everything, but it's not extreme at all. You know, on the low end, the torque isn't too bad. It's just once you like really get into it that it's kind of like, nice if there's a little bit more, you know? So, to sum things up here with the Corolla FX, basically it's just another hat that the Corolla wears. Toyota, like I said, Toyota does this a lot with their cars, where it's slight variations, call it a different package. A lot of automakers do this in general, so it's not like Toyota's the only one. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Like, this is a nice car. It drives well, it's comfortable, and it looks cool. So I think that if you're looking for like a sportier look with the Corolla, that's what this provides. If you're expecting a completely different driving experience, this doesn't do that. It does not give you a different driving experience. It drives the same as pretty much every other Corolla, so it's ultimately going to come down to the looks department. And speaking of looks, let me know if you guys want me to do a full review on this, but I'll just kind of show in this video that Nightshade that they have. It's a hatchback. I think it's a pretty cool looking car. It's got like bronze wheels with a black roof. The GoPro doesn't have great resolution, so it's not going to show up pretty well, but you guys can kind of see there, black roof. It's got like the metallic white paint, bronze wheels. I think it's a cool looking car. So let me know if you guys want me to review that too another day. I can, but let me know what you think about the FX.